Ivy has some separation anxiety. I think a lot of this is based on not having any rules or structure and thinking that she is in a position of authority. So simply by giving her some rules and structure, we're going to help her feel less panicked when left alone. We also can develop some self-control and discipline. One of the best ways to do it is to teach the dog to stay. So when you teach your dog to stay, you need to teach it in 3 capacities. The first one is for duration, and that's what we're going to cover here in this video. After that, then you want to start doing it for distance, and then you do it for distractions. So you want to put your dog in a position to succeed by practicing in an easy scenario and establishing the baseline of behavior and the skill set, and then we gradually make it more and more challenging. So what I have is I've got a handful of treats here, and I'm going to keep them in my left hand. I'm a righty, and I'm going to put the other one right here. So my signal to have the dog stay is going to be this, almost like a Boy Scout thing. I'm just holding it here. I'm going to go like that towards the dog, and I'm going to say the command word, then I'm going to turn it and keep it towards my chest. At first, I'm just for half a second, and then I'm going to give the dog the treat, and I'm going to say the command word. And we're going to gradually elongate it. Ivy, I'm going to lure her in position. So right now, stay. 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 Ivy, stay. 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 So she can get up or down at this stage. Eventually you might want to get to the point where she has to stay in a sit or stay in a down, whatever the position is that you started out. But what I did is I started out with 5 seconds and went to 10 seconds and 15 seconds. You're going to gradually make them bigger and the duration longer and longer until you work your way up to 5 minutes. Now if the dog starts getting up, if you're doing a stay. I'll do this one longer until she starts to get up, and I'll show you how to redirect. Now I don't care if she's not looking at my face, because eventually we're going to do this where she's going to have to leave. I'm going to leave her eyesight. So if she looks away, that's okay. But you see the focus that she's developing already. We've only done this a couple times. So that's what you do. Just kind of lure and then come back to your stay. Stay. Then when I want to end each exercise, I say break. And then if you want to, you can go break. So the dog learns, okay, we're done with the exercise. So the first stage to do this is what we just did here. And again, you're going to vary the intervals. So at first it might be 5 seconds, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, just by 5s. And you might only do like 5 or 10 treats. So again, keep it short, under 1.5 minutes. Next time you do it, you might do 5 seconds. Next time you might do 15. Next time you might do 25. So you're going to gradually play around with it. But if the dog starts getting up and moving around, you might have to, like I'm working with my puppy right now, he can only stay for about a second at first. So at first it was just stay. Yeah, I mean, it was like almost back to back. Now I can say stay, and he's up to about 15 seconds. But the idea is we want them to practice just staying in position. The second stage, and I'm going to include a link below this to another YouTube video, which is where I learned this technique. Then we're going to put the dog in a stay. Then we're going to take us 2 steps away, come back, give it the treat, and then keep on repeating that process. And when we get done, again, we're going to say break or release, whatever your free, whatever your command word is. So the dog cannot auto-release. It has to wait for the release word. And eventually, at first we're just going to do 2 steps away, then 4 steps, and we're going to get further and further away. Then eventually we're going to go outside of the dog's line of sight for a half a second and then pop back around. So they don't have to get up and don't panic. Then you go back to them. So because Ivy's got separation anxiety, right now I'm guessing if you get up to go to the bathroom, she probably follows you around. And if you move the house and she's the only one left in the room. I feel incomplete, so I have to go find the person. Well, a great exercise for that is once she knows to stay, you're going to go to the bathroom, stay, and then you go to the bathroom. When you come back, release. So now she's doing a job. It's not the kennel that's keeping her in place. She's doing the work herself. So there's nothing to rebel against. And she feels good about it because she's doing a skill and she's doing something that pleased you. Now when you're doing this, you want to gradually work up and practice longer and longer iterations. Don't go from from 20 seconds to 3 minutes. That's too big of a gulf. And then the last stage is distractions. You want to put the dog in a stay and then have the kids running around. You know, at first, maybe the distraction starts out with just the TV being on just a little bit. Then you do it a little bit louder, maybe the TV on with the dog barking. But we have it just at volume 2, so the dog can barely hear it. We keep on practicing the exercise. Eventually, we're playing it where it's coming through the stereo system. It sounds like Jurassic Park barking, but the dog is able to block it out and focus on us because we practiced and worked our way up to it. Down. There we go. So I didn't even have to stand up that time using those escalating consequences. Come. So that's basically how we, the beginnings of how we teach our dog to stay. And again, underneath this video, I'm going to have a link to a YouTube video. I would recommend that you check it out and practice this. Now, this is one you should practice a couple of times a day, every day. It becomes a cumulative skill set. But the great thing is when you get to that point, you put her in a sit, stay, go and answer the door. You don't have to worry about her running out the door. And it's going to help with the separation anxiety and how she feels about the kennel.